on your screens right now, the Prime Minister is voting, dressed in a white kurta and a blue jacket. A lot of people, in fact, waving back at the Prime Minister. So as I was telling you, even on the day of voting, it eventually becomes an unexplained, disclosed or unlabeled a road show, and of course a campaign kind of a thing for the Prime Minister, who is right now in fact coming in. You will hear a lot of Modi chants behind me. His entire convoy right now of camp.
All right, Ankit, we are losing that audio with you, possibly because of jammers in the area. But what we are now seeing is the Prime Minister in Ahmedabad right now going to the booth where he's going to be voting in a school over there. And this motorcade has gone on for a while. He was at the Raj Bhavan, which he exited about 15 minutes back. And shortly before entering the booth itself, the Prime Minister exiting from his vehicle and then walking down this road, surrounded by his guards over there. This is a key moment, obviously, for the BJP, and I dare say this is a key moment for the entire election process. The BJP banks heavily on the identity of Narendra Modi, his association with Gujarat politics, the fact that they've been in power now for 27 years, and they believe they're going to fight off the incumbency factor very, very successfully this time around. But these images of the Prime Minister entering that school, greeted by some BJP workers over there as he's set to go in to cast his vote. Ankit, we've got you back on. Go ahead.
Being played out right outside people on each side, in fact, waving to the Prime Minister, and as you will now see, the walking and going inside the polling station. Now the security vehicle. So.
All right, we'll come back to Ankit in a while. That audio is still quite patchy. As usual, we've got several cameras on the Prime Minister. We saw him exiting his vehicles. Sanket Upadhyay joins us now as the Prime Minister enters this polling booth. He's been greeted by many over there outside by BJP workers. Inside over here, I believe, by poll officials. We'll take him to the place where he will be voting. He tweeted earlier on today encouraging people, particularly young voters, to come out and vote. Let's see if we can listen in to some of the audio coming in from Ahmedabad at this polling booth. All right, Sanket Upadhyay, my colleague, joins us as well. Sanket, just run us through these images.
Yes, so as we all know, the Prime Minister is a voter in Ahmedabad. This is a place called Ranip where he's casting his vote. And this second phase becomes very, very critical and crucial because of a number of factors. Number one, this is the dairy hub. Anand goes to polls, and there is an almost 50% influence in all these districts that are going to polls. We also know that the Bharatiya Janata Party does phenomenally well as far as the urban centers are concerned, and two big urban centers go to polls in this election. One is Vadodara and the other is Ahmedabad. In Vadodara, there is an influence of over 13 seats, and in Ahmedabad, there is an influence of over 16 seats. If you note, the Prime Minister held road shows on 2 days. One road show was 50 kilometers long. It is said that this was the longest ever road show done by an Indian leader. Now, one way is to grandstand and position this as the longest road show. The other is what forces the Prime Minister to undertake a road show like this. Could this be the Aam Aadmi Party effect, or is the BJP desperately trying to urban strongholds in Ahmedabad, in Surat, in Vadodara and in other pockets, so that they quickly and comfortably cross that halfway mark and do even better? So these are all the calculations that are being done. It's a high stakes battle. 93 seats go to polls in phase 2. This is predominantly north and central Gujarat which is going to polls. And the BJP hopes for a good show, because in 2017, when the BJP's vote share was at an all-time low, the result was almost 50-50. 50% of the seats, almost 50% seats went to the Congress party. It is this dynamic which the Bharatiya Janata Party wants to challenge and change. It will be very interesting on whether this happens or not, because in phase 1, there was this major concern over the reduced vote percentage, which means not many people coming out to vote. However, it seems, at least initially, that some people have taken the advice of the Election Commission and they're coming out to vote. Now, whether this trend will continue all through the day is something that will be interesting. And as always, Vishnu, as happens in every election, particularly when it is a prestige matter in a home state, the Prime Minister is the face and he is spearheading the entire campaign and the election for the BJP.
All right. So, Mr. Modi, just about going ahead and voting over there. He's entered the booth right now. And he will be casting his vote on the electronic voting machine. So, Sanket, a huge day today. As we see images of the Prime Minister voting, it's taken him half a second to get this process complete. He is thanking all of the poll workers and the others over there. So, I mean, Sanket, end of day is when exit polls start coming out. So, there'd be possibly an indicator of where these elections are headed. So, lots of excitement in terms of programming later today as we see the Prime Minister exiting this polling booth.
Well, exactly. I mean, exit polls will give us a sense of what the pollsters think of these elections, particularly in Gujarat. And the one variable that has been added this time around is the entry of the third player, which is the Aam Aadmi Party. How serious a player is the Aam Aadmi Party in Gujarat will be determined. What will be their vote share will be determined by these pollsters. However, there is always this health warning with the exit polls that they may or may not be right. I mean, the Aam Aadmi Party is also very generous.
All right, Sanket, half a second. Let's go back to Ankit, who's over there outside this poll booth. Go ahead, Ankit.
Wanting a selfie as far as the Prime Minister is concerned, few voters as well. He has come out of the... You can see a few young voters and others, polling staff as well, those who wanted a picture with the Prime Minister. And as he moves away from my frame, as we speak, there are a lot of people, in fact, those who are wanting a glimpse and a picture of the Prime Minister. I will show you the kind of frenzy that has been created in the park behind me. People are running to try and get a glimpse of the Prime Minister and those who've been waiting on their rooftops. The Prime Minister at least has not disappointed his fans, and he's gone all across. He's walked from that direction, has come here, waved to those people, those who were standing behind the polling booth.